Hello and welcome back to the stock market analysis. So Nvidia rose for 2 days. Yesterday we had a very nice green bar, the previous day a very nice green bar. And in my past analysis I said this will be a very important support area because of price support, and soon the 50 MA will rise to meet this area, and even if Nvidia drops we might find support in the 50 MA. So a few things here is that I said previously that I do not like Nvidia going down below the 20 MA. That shows some short-term weaknesses, but of course if the stock has risen from about here to here, let's see how much that it has risen from this ascending triangle breakout, right, all the way up to here. Sorry, let me just remove it. Alright, so you can see clearly. Alright, this price range about here all the way up to here, 93% almost, right? About 93%, 92%. So if the stock has gone up by almost 100%, even though it trades sideways and correct a bit, it's very normal. So nothing to worry so much about, right? Unless you are a believer that it should go up 300% in a few months. But when such big large cap stock like that, it usually doesn't happen that way compared to smaller cap stocks that can go up 300% within 3 months. So this is a very important support area, and I mentioned that it dropped below the 20 MA. I don't like it, bearish bars, but it went back up. So in an uptrend, we must always look at support and resistance area, which is why I emphasize on this support area in my past analysis, and it has held so far, and that's very good. So when the support holds, whatever it does, I know that either it trades sideways or drop again, or whatever it does, right? If it stays above this support area, I want to stay bullish on the stock and believe that it will eventually go above 1,000. Now, one thing we need to look at, which I encourage you to do so, is to go to stockcharts.com, seasonality. Now, I have a comment from MicroStrategy I wrote, and the viewer wrote that stocks are not like fruits; it's seasonal. So he or she doesn't get it. If it's like a fruit, like strawberry or mangoes, I mean seasonal fruits, strawberries, whatever. There's certain times that you have fruit, certain times you don't have. But stocks, it's not like they are seasonal. But why is it that some months they do better? For example, you can see this is the Nvidia. For the past 4 years, I mean up until April is 5 years. I mean up until March is 5 years data, but April hasn't finished yet. So April to December is 4 years data. 2020, 21, 22, 23. For these past 5 years, in May, June, July, August, it has gone up a lot. And in May, every single May for the past 4 years, if it, let's say the price was 300, guarantee 100% it rose for the past 4 years. Doesn't matter if it went from 300 to 330 or 300 to 310, as long as it closed higher, right? This data shows that it goes up from May 1st to May 31st, 100% gain. In June, July, August, 75% of the time it goes up. But things are not so good in September for this stock, and also December. But in October and November, during tech rallies, they do very well. So we have 2 months in the past 4 years, in May and November, that this stock has gone up 100% of the time, from open to close. And in May is 16.7% average, in November is 18.7% on average. So if you really want to trade and really buy a lot of call options and really make a huge ton of money in Nvidia, you want to focus on dips and continuation patterns in May and November. Let me just see whether this, if we can go back some data here. May, all right, May, yeah, okay, May, 100% close higher, and you can see May last year it started here, it ended here, so it went up, correct? So this was a this is something like a breakout here, all right, breakout. This was a consolidation. This was consolidating at the top of consolidation. You buy here, you put a stop loss, and yes, it went up, you know. So you want to use this data to your advantage and not to your advantage. Okay, let's say if you see a breakout play in September, you might want to think twice before putting a large position as compared to in November or May. So April, it has closed higher 60% of the time, but why is it negative 1.7? Because there might be 1 or 2 years that it really closed down really bad. Okay, so of course this takes into account average for the past 4 years. But if you drag it out to maybe 6 years, right? The stock has closed higher from the open 67% of the time. But if you drag it a bit longer, let's say for 10 years, there's only a 50-50 chance that it goes higher. But of course, we sometimes don't want to take too long a data. 5 years is kind of good enough. You know, it's 60% of the time Nvidia might close higher. So if it goes up here and breaks out of this entire consolidation, let me just draw this thing for you to see. Okay, like this is a consolidation. Okay, I hope I don't confuse you. Sideways means consolidation. Consolidation is another word for resting. It's another word for basing. It's another word for sideways trading. Okay, but professional traders, they will say consolidating. And if it consolidates straight sideways and eventually break out, then it's going to be powerful. And the longer the consolidation, the better. Let's say consolidation is this long. Oh, it will be very tiresome for people who holding the stock because it goes nowhere. But if it consolidates for so long, it's going to be a very powerful breakout. This will be a very strong support for investors in the future. All right. So enough of saying about seasonality. Let's take a look at the week 60-minute chart of Nvidia. I know all these might sound like crazy things, and trend lines and moving averages are crazy to certain people, but if you really want to day trade or swing trade, you need timing, and the way is to use technical tools to time. Yes, you can have stories, you can have, okay, it's helping AI generating this and that and stuff. The story is good, but you also need to know when to buy the stock. For example, if you bought here, even though your story is good, you're gonna get hurt quite a lot as Nvidia declined from 944 to how much? 829. So here, if there are quite a number of things that are really good for Nvidia at here, because here, first of all, there's support here. Secondly, we have a downtrend line and we have a very nice bullish candle in the 60-minute chart igniting, traded sideways, and you can see that after it break the downtrend line and go above the 20 MA, boom, it went higher. So we are now, I would say, in a new 60-minute uptrend. So the next little support you want to see, I say little because even in 60-minute chart there are small support areas, is here. So if the stock, let's say it declines, we find support here, it moves higher, that means a new uptrend in the 60-minute chart has started. And I do hope that it really goes up to here, trade sideways, and then boom, break out and cross the 1,000 mark. So it's not impossible, although you might want to be careful to see if a triple bottom forms. There is a bearish divergence in the indicators. When it reaches there, I will make another video to see whether there is a bearish divergence or not. But at this moment, I say support and resistance is extremely important, or some people call it supply and demand. I'm a bit old school, I just call it support for what it is, alright, rather than some fancy terms. Support is support. Support keeps the stock from dropping, and most of the time, but not all the time. I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah, support is really very important. And if this support holds, whatever it does, ping, ping, point, up and down, I know eventually it will cross 1,000. So I hope this analysis is helpful, and I hope that this will open your eyes to how to analyze stocks and some insights on Nvidia. And I'll see you in the next one.